Hi guys, I'm gonna do a little experiment. So, not really sure what I'm gonna do, but it's an experiment. So, what I'd like to do is have different rings of black and gold. And this is kind of difficult. I should have taken one of those pipette things. Okay, let's try this. Okay. And I see that it's sort of going into the background and sort of merging into each other. But that's okay. I'm gonna do it anyway. And I don't want perfect rings. It's not about that. It's just about having a sort of a background that looks like it's a feather pour, but it's not. So I'm going to make different sizes. There's bubbles in it, which we don't like. Oops, don't do that. Looking a little bit like a mess right now. Okay, that popped. Way too many bubbles. Where's my torch? Oh, here it is. Okay. Now they're gone. I think I'm gonna try it with a little like this. A little ring pour thing. Okay. And I'm gonna mix it a little bit because I want some rings. So we'll just add it right here. Drop that over. Now all there is black in the cup. That isn't doing too well. Ew, that's a lot of paint. And a lot going over the side. Okay, that looks okay, not too bad, but I'm running out of paint. That's really not that good. Okay, let's do this side. pulling it down a little bit because I don't want to waste any more. I need some for what I'm experimenting with. That's okay. Then this side, I need a little coming down here. I want some gold in there too, because the sides are just as important, because you don't need to frame these. You can if you want to, but you don't have to. Okay, that's looking pretty. But now is the experiment. So what I'm doing is putting gold and white together and sucking it up with my little, but I want it to really mix together. And we're going to put this smack in the middle. And we're going to make it nice and smooth, like that. And we're going to see what happens to it. I'm hoping it's going to do something on the edges, but as I see it right now, it's not. So that's not too cool. That's a lot of dots. I would have thought it would be doing something different. Of course, I can always well, I can't really put anything more on top because I'll ruin it. But let's see if we can do something. Yeah, maybe we can do that with a comb. Let's see. Oops, you can't see what I'm doing. Okay. A little bit more down here. Oops. This is really... There it goes. That's good. That's okay. But then I want something happening there, so I'm not really sure how I'm going to do that. Ew. I'm not really sure I like it yet, but we can always do other stuff with it. Yeah, I'm going to do it all over with the comb. I kind of like that. And then we're going to pour a little bit in here. Nah, I don't like it, guys. I thought the paint would certainly do something different. but it's not. So we're gonna smooth it all out. You're probably thinking, what's she doing? I know. But I'm going to smooth it all out. Okay, next experiment. Oops. Ooh, and we need some white, which we're going to pour around it. Then we're going to take the old airbrush. Oh, and there's no silicone in it. That is too bad, because I wanted a little bit of silicone in here. Let's see what we can do. A couple of drops. This is going to be one big mess, but guys, sometimes you just need to experiment, because it's fun to do. Oh, pretty. That is a lot of cells. That is really pretty. Ooh, I like that. I really like those cells. That's something different. We'll just leave it exactly like this, because I kind of like this. Maybe only up here, I'm not so sure. I'd like this to be a little bit more explosive. But other than that, I like it. Okay, let's leave it. And everything is covered with paint. I'm going to give you close-ups, okay? So bear with me. Okay, the close-ups. Those are some really pretty cells. They really are. I think they're really pretty. Now again, I'm not sure it's going to stay like this, because I mix these paints very much different than I usually do. So, but I'm thinking sort of like I stumbled onto something. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but I'm going to do some more experimenting with this. I'm just hoping it's going to stay like this. So I see something moving here in the middle, which I really don't like. And I want to add a little bit of pink, because I think it needs a little bit more pink. And then we're going to do something to it like that. Oops, shouldn't have done that. Yep, that's looking a little bit better. But then I'm going to add a little bit of white on top. A little bit. That's okay, this part adds to it. But this still I don't like. This little bit here. So I want to do something. I want to be able to get in there but not do too much damage. So I'm going to use a little piece of photo paper. Don't know what's going on with the paint. Doing real funny stuff. I'm going to put a couple of drops in there. And the torchy poo, which is almost empty, but I think I'll keep it just like this. Although I would have liked something better to happen here in the middle, but we're going to leave it. Okay guys, thanks for watching. See you later. Okay, I thought I'd just do something to this because I sort of like just to be able to do something with it. A little piece of paper. There it is. So that is pretty, and I might just keep this. I'm looking close up to see if I see something really interesting, and we might just keep this. So now I've limited my space to do anything, but I still want to do something. But that is really pretty. I like those colors. I don't do black normally. I do have black, but I normally never use it. I don't know why. And I know a couple of people have asked me to do that. Okay. Oops. Nah, this is not working. Let's see. That's really selling up all by itself. That is really weird. This sort of looks like the paint where Shelly Art does the flowers with. Because she says, you know, those cells don't stay for her. That she can only make pictures of it and then she has to scrape it. But I sort of understand that when you're doing this because the paint is so thin. But it sure does sell like crazy. I'm just going to see if it's going to dry like this. I'm going to let it move a little bit because there's just a little bit too much paint on here. But we're going to see if this is going to sell up. Nah, see, I've already lost them. That is really, really weird. Okay, we're going to let this dry. we're gonna cut this out, and I'll see you back later, guys. Love you all to pieces.